Well, you do need to prune different trees at different times. Often, let's take shrubs first, you need to prune them typically after they bloom. So pruning, for instance, a forsythia right now is not a good idea because you're going to prune all of the branches, all of the blooms off of it. So what we want to do is with the internet, it's so easy these days. You can look up your plant, find out when it does bloom, and then after the bloom period is over, you can plan to do your pruning at that time. For instance, crepe myrtles bloom in the summer, so right now we're actually going to do a demonstration for master gardeners with a little bit of pruning today on them. Sometimes with trees you have to prune them when you can. We like to prune everything in the winter the best we can. About right now we're working on, for instance, Uptown Martinsville. We've done Main Street and we've done Fayette Street, and we're working on Church Street. Sometimes because of the nature of the job and how long it takes, you just do the best you can to get things taken care of correctly. So, for instance, today I was going to take the master gardeners out to where the dogwoods are in front of the administration building, because they have a garden there, and that area is meaningful to them, and show them what needs to be done to those dogwoods, and we will go ahead and do that, even though they're getting ready to bloom. And the reason is because we're not going to tip prune those dogwoods. All we're going to do is remove anything that shouldn't be there anyway. So that's sort of the big issue with trees, is pruning off dead or damaged limbs, limbing them up. For instance, that's one of the things we just did in the city, so that cars and people are not impacted by the trees, and then the trees don't get damaged by other things, which in turn is a vector for disease.
Talk about the sharpness of tools and the right tool for the right job. What do we need to have in our toolbox if we're going to go out and tackle some pruning?
Well, for your pruning shrubs, the best thing you can get is a very good pair of hand pruners. I'm partial to Felcos because they work the best for me. Yes, they do need to be sharp. They need to be taken care of very well. And one thing that you need to do when you go from plant to plant, particularly if you have noticed any disease, is to use a 10% solution of bleach to dip your tools in as you go from plant to plant so you don't spread disease.